WISN 12 News starts right now.
Commitment 2014 right now on WISN 12 News. It is the morning after Wisconsin's election.
The votes are in and the people have spoken. WISN 12 News has been collecting the latest numbers coming in overnight, and this morning we have team coverage.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to WISN 12 News this morning. I'm Patrick Palantoni.
Good morning. I'm Marianne Lyles. Coming up on 6 a.m. on this Wednesday, November 5th.
We'll get to our election coverage coming up in just a moment. First, though, let's talk about the forecast with meteorologist Sally Severson. Grab the jacket, Sal.
Plenty to smile about early this morning in our temperatures and sky cover. We have readings showing up mid to upper 30s, light southwest winds, and skies are generally fair. Just a few high clouds out there. 39 at the airport and 34 at Waukesha. Regionally, our temperatures 40 at Des Moines and 37 at Kansas City. Not a lot in the way of terribly cold air out there yet, but temperatures are much cooler for tomorrow. Today, though, I expect 55 degrees as our skies become cloudy for this afternoon. It's 57 for a high at Watertown, 56 for Racine and Sheboygan. You'll touch just about 53 degrees for today. You can see the clouds already edging into the western part of the state as we see our skies become cloudy a little bit later. Let's get to Matt Salemi. He's in News Chopper 12. Matt?
Sally, just a gorgeous look at the morning sun. You can see right now daylight already shining on, and it looks like we'll have plenty of sun, so remember to grab the shades before you head out the door. If you're getting ready to head out the door, I'll turn the camera here towards Highway 45 north and southbound. This is right where Watertown Plank goes underneath. Headlights northbound, taillights southbound. You can see no trouble here along Highway 45. In fact, travel times will show we've got no trouble across the freeway system right now. Everything is green. That means we're zipping at full freeway speed and no reason to rush out the door. That is a look at the morning commute live from News Chopper 12. Back to you guys.
All right, Matt, thank you. Turning now to Commitment 2014 and team coverage across the nation. Millions turn out to cast their votes. And right here in Wisconsin, some big decisions made at the polls.
This morning, Melinda Davenport is taking a look at results from key issues impacting your community. And Hillary Mintz is live in Waukesha with more on Wisconsin's newest Attorney General.
But we begin with Tama Ponton live in West Allis, and she has more from the race for governor.
Marianne and Patrick, we are here outside of State Fair Park, where it was just a couple of hours ago here where Governor Walker gave his victory speech. The Republican incumbent governor was reelected with 52% of the vote. Now, many pundits have said that Walker's win could set him up for a run for president in 2 years. And in his victory speech here at State Fair Park, Walker made sure he tried to emphasize the difference between himself and Washington's leaders now.
You see, the folks in Washington like this top-down approach that's old and artificial and outdated, that says the government knows best. We believe that you should build the economy from the ground up. That's new and fresh and organic, and that's what we're going to do.
Up next for Governor Walker, he will meet with his cabinet today in Madison, and tomorrow he will visit technical colleges. Live at State Fair Park in West Allis, I'm Tama Ponton, WISN 12 News.
All right, Tama, thank you. Well, of course, the mood was much different at the headquarters of Democrat Mary Burke.
Her supporters gathered at the Overture Center in Madison. They heard Burke concede the race to Governor Walker.
This campaign is over, but the fight for these values and that fair shot that is so important to Wisconsinites and our future is not. I am so honored and have been so humbled to have won the support of so many.
Overnight, the chairman of Wisconsin's Democratic Party released a statement. Mike Tate says in part, quote, "We congratulate and thank Mary Burke for running a spirited, ideas-driven campaign that we can all be proud of," end quote. And we continue our team coverage now with the race for Attorney General. Republican Brad Schimmel has defeated Democrat Susan Happ.
Let's pull up those numbers so you can see them. You can see that with all the precincts reporting now. Schimmel has 52%, while Happ has 45%.
WISN 12 News' Hillary Mintz is live with more from Schimmel on his win. Hillary?
Patrick, Schimmel, of course, very excited, very thrilled for this victory, and that means that pretty soon here at the Waukesha County Courthouse, he will be clearing out his office and heading to Madison. And he says in that new role, he will be focusing primarily on public safety. Now, Schimmel at his campaign headquarters in Waukesha last night really celebrated this victory on a high note. I mean, literally, his band was there playing. Schimmel says he plans to hit the ground running in his new job, committed to tackling the state's drug problem and internet sex crimes against children. He also says, political views aside, his goal is to work closely with all of the state sheriffs and district attorneys, including his opponent and Jefferson County DA Susan Happ.
I make this pledge. I will work with every one of the 72 sheriffs and every one of the 71 district attorneys statewide, whether they endorsed me or not, whether they voted for me or not, because we're all going to work together to put public safety ahead of politics in Wisconsin.
And Schimmel has been the district attorney here in Waukesha County since 2006, although now Governor Walker will be appointing a new DA. And we asked Schimmel if he had an idea who that would be. He says he does have an idea. He's just not quite ready to share that. For now, we are live in Waukesha County. I'm Hillary Mintz, WISN 12 News This Morning.
All right, Hillary, thank you. Well, Susan Happ took the stage last night to concede to Schimmel. WISN 12 News' Christina Palladino has more from the Happ campaign.
A disappointing night for Susan Happ and her supporters. She came out to address them a little after 10 o'clock, conceding to GOP candidate and Waukesha County District Attorney Brad Schimmel. She told them that this campaign has never been about her and that it's been an uphill battle from the start. She thanked them for all their hard work over these last few months to make her the Democratic candidate. She also said how much she regretted that this campaign had become so negative at some time.
I'm proud of the campaign we ran, that we never sunk into negativity or divisiveness. We raised some important issues, and I hope we raised some public awareness. I would like to have spent more of our time talking about the issues, but my opponent and the media went in another direction, and I do regret that.
And Happ telling her supporters that tomorrow is another new day. She was joined by many of her longtime family and friends from Jefferson County, where she has been the district attorney since 2008. Again, though, not the news that Susan Happ and her supporters were hoping for. She would have been the second woman to become the Attorney General of Wisconsin had she won. We're in Johnson Creek. Christina Palladino, WISN 12 News.
Now we want to turn to ballot issues impacting your community.
Let's check in now with Melinda Davenport at the Breaking News Desk with these latest results coming in. Melinda.
That's right, Marianne and Patrick. There are several referenda on the ballot, including a proposal to amend the state constitution. Voters statewide were asked whether revenue generated by the Transportation Department should only be used for the Transportation Fund. Well, that referendum passed with 80%. Voters in the Oak Creek Franklin School District voted on a pair of school ballot items. First, the district asked for $59 million to build schools. It passed 56-44, though voters turned down a $7 million referendum for a new high school auditorium. And in Racine, voters were asked whether to spend $8.5 million for 15 years on school improvement projects. All of the votes are now in, and it has passed 56-44. You can follow these results and other items on the ballot on WISN.com. WISN 12 News Time, 6:06. Back to you.
All right, Melinda, thank you. Incumbent Gwen Moore prevailed in the 4th congressional district race against challenger Dan Sebring.
And as Colleen Henry reports, the congresswoman says that her victory is tinged with disappointment in losses by other Democrats.
I'm Colleen Henry at election headquarters for Congresswoman Gwen Moore, where tonight she reflects on Governor Scott Walker's re-election and what 4 more years mean for Wisconsinites.
4 more years means that we have to really worry about our very well-managed Wisconsin pension fund and the benefits that provides to hundreds of thousands of Wisconsinites all over the state. I do think that it will mean more attacks on women's health. I certainly think that we will continue to see a denigration of our funding for public education, and certainly we don't have many hopes of seeing people receive the kind of health care that they need.
Moore also noted her disappointment at the results in the congressional elections and says she's headed back to Washington ready for a fight. In Milwaukee, Colleen Henry, WISN 12 News.
All right, Colleen, thank you so much. Of course, we'll have many more of those election results coming up throughout the morning here. But right now, though, we do want to get to Weather Watch 12.
It's a cool morning out there, and Sally is also tracking some rain for later on.
It holds off until a little bit later tonight, Patrick, but low pressure will begin to approach later this afternoon and tonight. First, it'll spread the clouds in, and second, we will start to see the rain begin to move. This is the first of 3 systems, and this one, sort of a little Alberta Clipper system. I think it brings a couple of inches of snow to northern Wisconsin, but here in the south, mainly light rain for tomorrow. We could see a few wet snowflakes and showers then off and on overnight. Saturday, sprinkles and a few flurries with another weak system moving through, but each brings in a wave of cooler air. Now, next Monday and Tuesday, it's a bigger system, has a little more moisture to work with, and we could certainly see definitely a mix into early next week. Now, it's 39 at the airport, and our skies right now are partly sunny. Winds are southwest, and we'll look at a nice southwest breeze for today that'll push temperatures up into the mid-50s. Mostly cloudy, though, by afternoon. Let's get to Matt Salemi, News Chopper 12.
We should see plenty of sunshine for the morning. A nice look here at the skyline to the east, Lake Michigan. And right now, things look good on the roadways as well. Here we're at the Plainfield curve, 4394 north and southbound. Headlights southbound, taillights northbound. No trouble at all between downtown and the airport. In fact, we are trouble-free and crash-free across the entire freeway system. That's a look at the morning commute live from News Chopper 12. Patrick, back to you.
All right, Matt, thank you. Congressman Paul Ryan wins re-election. Melinda is here at the breaking news desk following that part of our election coverage.
That's right, Patrick. Ryan won the 1st District congressional seat, and the 1st District includes Kenosha, Racine, and parts of Milwaukee and Waukesha counties. He's being challenged by Rob Zerban. 12 News spoke to Ryan last night about the possibility of running for the White House in 2016.
Well, I know what it takes. I'm familiar with presidential campaigns. I've had a front row seat in those things. I've got a great job in Congress now, and I'll just have to decide if that's the direction we want to go.
In 2012, Ryan was the vice presidential running mate of presidential hopeful Mitt Romney. Ryan will keep the congressional seat he's held since 1999. WISN 12 News Time, 6:10. Back to you.
All right, Melinda, thank you. Well, still to come, more election coverage from across the nation.
When we come back, we'll go back to Melinda. She's taking a look at some key races around the U.S.
Today's Job of the Day is brought to you by MilwaukeeJobs.com.
And there we are with Lady Antebellum, and we're also getting a live look at getting light across southern Wisconsin. Sun's up today at 6:31, and we are previewing the Country Music Awards tonight, 7 o'clock on WISN 12. Toya Washington is live in Nashville as well. Forecast for today, early this morning, we'll see sunshine, increasing afternoon clouds. Highs today, 55. We drop back into the 40s, and I'll highlight waves of cooler air and when you can expect a little bit of chilly rain. But first, let's get to Matt Salemi, News Chopper 12.
Sally, right now we're looking down at the Market interchange, and right now all directions in and out of downtown looking good. If you're getting ready to head downtown anytime soon, you should have no problem accessing it. In fact, the rest of the freeway system checking in clear as well. The volume's light, the pavement is dry, and the travel times right where they should be for a nice easy ride, so absolutely no reason to rush out the door, and no crashes to get in your way right now. That is a look at the morning commute live from News Chopper 12. Back to you guys.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. If you're just waking up, we're taking a look at national election results now.
The GOP will soon control the Senate. Let's get to Melinda Davenport at the breaking news desk with more on what this means for everyone watching at home. Melinda.
Marianne and Patrick, as of right now, they've picked up 7 new seats and could end up with more. Some key states held by Democrats that turned Republican include North Carolina, where Republican Tom Tillis defeated incumbent Kay Hagan. Iowa also getting a fresh face in the Senate, Republican Joni Ernst. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, who won his 6th term, is now poised to become the new majority leader in the Senate. Other tight races that also went to the GOP are in Arkansas, Colorado, Georgia, and Kansas. WISN 12 News Time, 6:15. Patrick, Marianne, back to you.
All right, Melinda, thank you. New this morning, Illinois has a new governor. Republican Bruce Rauner claimed victory over Democratic incumbent Governor Pat Quinn. It's the first time in nearly a dozen years a Republican has held the position. Quinn said he would not concede until outstanding ballots are tallied. That process could take days.
Protecting the country or an invasion of privacy, 3 federal appeals court judges must make that decision about the National Security Agency's phone data surveillance program. Now, since 2006, the FBI has obtained orders from the Secret Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court directing phone companies to produce telephone data for the government. Data includes outgoing phone numbers dialed and numbers from incoming calls.
We're following a developing story out of Philadelphia. New clues in the search for a woman abducted. Police say an ATM card belonging to the woman who was kidnapped Sunday was used less than 9 hours after she was taken. The transaction was caught on camera. It shows a man using Carlisha Freeland Gaither's bank card in Maryland, about 75 miles from where she was abducted. Police say the man in the ATM photos is similar to the man seen in surveillance video dragging her into a car.
Well, a warning now for Packers fans hoping to go to the next game in Green Bay. Due to the high level of interest in the Packers-Bears matchup, the team is reminding fans to be extra careful when buying tickets from those secondary sources. The team has received several reports of counterfeit tickets circulating online through unauthorized resellers. Fans are advised to only buy tickets from official sources. Later today, the Milwaukee Bucks will host the Chicago Bulls at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Tuesday night, Brandon Knight scoring 23 points to pull the Bucks past the Indiana Pacers 87-81 in that one. It's the Bucks' first win on the road since February. Tonight's game against the Bulls is at 7 o'clock. Well, now we have an explanation for lights in the sky over Chicago.
Hey, you may remember the story. We told you about it yesterday. This is YouTube video. Speculation was that it could be a meteor. Well, it turns out the streaks were made by a trio of divers in wingsuits carrying flares. They landed safely onto the Lake Michigan shoreline to kick off an art event sponsored by Red Bull. There were also reports of lights in West Virginia and Japan. NASA says those were meteors. So again, West Virginia and Japan, meteors. Chicago
not so much.
The case.
Can you imagine? I mean, looking at that video, I mean, it really had some sparks traveling through. I can't imagine if you did see that.
Sure, and it's
really
dark,
confusing.
and you probably can't see the divers out there.
No, or necessarily the aircraft that they, pulled out of. So it would be easy to make that kind of mistake. Well, early today we have sunshine and then increasing clouds, and moving into kind of a fairly active weather pattern. We'll see a series of lows moving at us from Canada. And I think this first one for tonight brings a little snow to the Northland. Here in the south, more than anything, a light rain. And the clouds will begin to fill in for us. We already have some mid and high level clouds around, and the clouds over Minnesota and Iowa will thicken and lower for today. And temperatures for us are currently in the 30s. Now there's that first area of low pressure that we will watch for a little bit later today and for tonight, followed by one on Saturday, and then yet another in store for us, especially for early next week, Monday and into Tuesday. Overall, colder air is going to sag south. In fact, I think even some Arctic air likely in place for us early next week as we look at these little systems, not only rolling through with a little moisture, but also bringing for us waves of colder air. 34 now at Waukesha, and it's 39 at the airport. We'll hit the mid-50s for today, and we're dry most of the day. Here we are today at lunchtime, still breaks of sunshine, but then the cloud deck fills in big time this afternoon. Our model getting a couple of light showers going around 5:30. I think overall the air mass is pretty dry. If we see showers this early, they'd be very light overall. Better chances for light rain showers in place for us overnight tonight as the low pulls across the southern part of the state. 3:30 in the morning, I think we're looking at some accumulating snow in the Northwoods. Here in the south, the cooler air hangs back, so we may see a few wet snowflakes tomorrow morning, but overall the moisture moves out pretty quickly, and we set up with a gusty northwest wind. In fact, I expect wind gusts tomorrow, 25 to 35 miles an hour by afternoon. Now for today, the winds are lighter and southwest, 55 degrees. Mark said it best. The best of the rest of the week weather-wise is today. Low 40s for tomorrow morning. Light rain showers, maybe a wet snowflake or two, and then windy and colder. 42 for your Friday. Now Saturday, just sprinkles and flurries, limited moisture on Saturday. Colder for Thursday or for Sunday with highs in the upper 30s. And then our best chances for a cold rain and a mix and wind will be Monday night and Tuesday. And that's the one that's going to bring in the colder air. Marianne?
All right, Sally, thanks so much. WISN 12 News Time is now 6:19 and still ahead, preparing for the Country Music Awards.
That's Luke Bryan. We're counting down the hours until the big show. Toya Washington brings us behind the scenes, a behind-the-scenes look from Nashville.
But right now, WISN 12 and MilwaukeeJobs.com teaming up here to bring you the job of the day. Today's job is for a mechanical engineer with structural experience. It's a full-time position at EGN Technical Resources. They have locations in Appleton, Fond du Lac, and Oshkosh. For more jobs available right now, just check out MilwaukeeJobs.com or go to our website, WISN.com.
Mrs. Gross, and this is my 5th grade class at Maple Grove Elementary. We would like to say, good morning, Greenfield!
Yes, good morning, everyone. We hope that you'll nominate your child's class to give a school shout-out if you're watching at home. We need you to fill out the nomination form online, though. It's on WISN.com. You click the school shout-out. It's under the community tab, and we're visiting these classes throughout the year. Now, you can also look back at all of this year's school shout-outs while you're on that web page.
This morning, we are looking ahead to country music's biggest night of the year.
We are just hours away from the Country Music Awards. WISN 12 News' Toya Washington is in Nashville right now, and she has the latest as the city there prepares for the big show.
Who's happy to be in Nashville tonight?
Of Nashville. This is Broadway. Neon lights for as far as the eye can see. And every bar, or as they call them here, honky tonk, has music just pouring out of it.
You shake my nerve and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a gal insane. You broke my wheel, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
But attention, will shift just around the corner behind me, the Bridgestone Arena. They're going to play host to country music's biggest night. The CMAs are just a few short hours away, and we have an all-access pass. We're going to be on the red carpet, bringing you the stars as well as the legends, plus backstage, a place most people don't get to go, but we're going to be there. I hope you will, too.
Get your toe tapping, that's for sure. A reminder, as Toya said, she's in Nashville getting you on the red carpet. She is bringing you the inside scoop, and she'll be live throughout the evening, so keep it here with WISN 12 News starting at 5 o'clock. And the show, by the way, kicks off at 7 tonight.
Well, WISN 12 News time is 6:25. The results are in.
Including a race involving an American Idol runner-up. Coming up, how Clay Aiken did in the North Carolina race for Congress. But first, let's get a look at your morning commute. And Matt Slummy is flying this morning. A beautiful shot there. He's up in News Chopper 12. Matt.
Indeed, a beautiful shot. Grab the sunglasses. Looks like you'll need them for the morning commute at least. Right now, we're over the Mitchell interchange. Things looking good. The pavement is dry. The volume is light. Stay with us. No reason to rush out the door. You're watching WISN 12 News this morning.